Hey, this is Ramon, Channels Alpha 4, and this is my Bible study. And this is chapter 17, A Covenant is Made, Circumcision. That was the recap, by the way. Here you get mention El Shaddai, which is God Almighty. Now that's interesting because El is the Canaanite name for God, and Shaddai is basically God of the mountains. So you're seeing the previous paganistic religion of the Canaanites language being used to describe what we would consider our God. And then here you get a promise is made to Abraham. And it's a distinct promise from that made to Hagar or to humanity, or even to Noah. Because Noah is kind of representing all humanity. And just like Adam kind of represents all humanity. But here, this is a promise to a distinct family line, specifically to Abraham. And the promise is fertility and many descendants. And in return, God agrees to be their God, meaning the God of the descendants of Abraham. Now, you notice I'm not saying Abraham, I'm saying Abram. Okay? So, basically, by agreeing to this promise, Abram becomes Abraham, and Sarai becomes Sarah. Which I'm also reading a Spanish version of this, and the way that they changed the letters there is actually a little interesting, because Sarah in Spanish is without an H, so it goes from Sarai to Sarah, while in English it goes from Sarah to Sarah with an H. So it's like, steps in language. Anyway, that's not related to anything. Circumcision was originally a marriage rite, and it was done at puberty. Because remember, back in the day, people get married around 15. It was done at puberty to ward off demons, i.e. desires, and those desires lived in the foreskin, i.e. bacteria. So it was a way to promote health and to promote monogamy. But this would change, and it would be transformed into a sign of membership. And now it would be done 8 days after birth, as baptism is done in some Christian denominations. So this is now one family in the covenant, in a covenant with God. And this changes it from a rite to passage to a rite of membership. Now, the last thing I'm going to say on this is that while I do believe that this rite has and is religiously significant, in the Gentile world, I think it is unnecessary, and in some cases even barbaric. I don't think you should be circumcising people, just in general. I think if you belong to the tribe, then yeah, go ahead, get circumcised. That's part of your religion. But if you're not part of that religion, I don't see a reason to circumcise people. That's just my own personal opinion, though. All right, so see you next chapter.